I wouldn't call it facts, really. If you wanted facts, you would have to travel all the way to Jendorf and somehow convince the dwarves there to share their secrets with you, despite having hidden them so well, despite them not investigating the disappearance of all the tower's inhabitants so many years ago. You see, it wasn't abandoned, it was simply, well, empty after one day. I do hope that satisfies my lord and lady dragon.
You do seem to know a lot about these things, just from the top of your head. Very valuable skill. I also hear that you are able to do things um, of other kinds of services.
I have done other services in the past to help my own pockets, yes. However, I do have to say that, well, I would rather not leave and
Well,
serve such as you, no offense meant. I just had some rather bad experiences.
that you would not like to repeat. Well, I'm sure you handled them just as gently as you are handling us now. Yes. Sure, that turned out great for you.
It did not really know.
Perhaps a different strategy would be approached then, if I may be so
Well,
bold to
the
suggest it.
different strategy would be to not accept your offers, which I am honestly trying to do here.
Well, he does not seem like he wants to work with us at all.
Raxus Croctor said, I am sure he can be convinced. You say you'd like to line your pockets, and you have done favors in the past. I don't see why you should care where the money comes from, as long as it comes, right? We wouldn't ask anything. Terrible of you, of course not. But people with contacts can certainly be useful. And if you are useful to us, then you will be rewarded. It is that simple.
Well, as tempting as your words may sound to my ears, the last time I accepted a contract from one of your kind, my entire life got rather turned upside down, as it were. And while said dragon did deliver exactly what he promised, it was not exactly what I had imagined.
Well,
So,
that's different, is it not?
yes, very. I cannot fault him for not keeping his word, however.
And you cannot fault us either. So far we are just talking.
Perhaps I can do the odd favor for you after careful consideration.
But if you were with us, you would do everything we ask with no consideration.
Oh, I would consider many things if that would be the case. I'm sure.
Such as?
Well, I how to reverse the situation of God. I would really like to stay.
Okay.
Does he understand Draconic if Draxus says anything in Draconic to him?
Understand? Yes, if you try.
Hmm.
However, his answers would be in rather crude Draconic.
Sure.
So what do you know of magic?
I am a mere scribe, my Lord Dragon.
Could you make a ball of light appear for me?
Perhaps with some practice I could do that. I used to have some talent, but I've not used it in a long time.
Could you hand me then a piece of hair from your head?
Why would you need such thing?
Just to ensure that when we let you go from here, that I can always find you no matter where you go.
He throws an accusatory glance towards Vincent, and then does do
Wouldn't
as you
want you to be
suggest.
able to run away. and then never go meet us again.
He plucks a single grey hair, which comes off with probably too much ease, and hands it towards you.
Okay, I'll take it.
I would, of course, not leave my home in Melfesh, but
Well, help us in this certain endeavor, Eldwig, and you will be rewarded for it, as we said. If we have further need of your talents in the future, I am sure you will be more than happy to aid us.
oh, more than happy, certainly. Now, I do not want to intrude in my Lord Dragon's business, however. Perhaps I could be of more assistance if you shared with me the reason why you are interested in that particular dwarf construction.
We need to get in there from below.
Oh,
Unseen.
well,
Someone has served us not well, and we need to bring him a surprise.
that does sound like a difficult endeavor, but I'm sure my Lord Dragons already have planned that I am not needed for.
Well, you are. We want information from you. We do not require you to storm a ruin.
You're not fooling us with your act of being old and feeble either. I'm sure you know much more than you're saying.
I know a great many things, but I do not think that my Lord Dragons and Lady Dragon are interested in gossip or the hobbies of an old man.
Well, you know what we want to know. Amaze us.
Well, perhaps I could at least trade my ideas about how to accomplish your tasks in return for at least momentary peace. Until you, as you say, decide to require me again. If you do want to get into that place for whatever reason it is, the only entrance is the main entrance. The only technical entrance, anyways. He does seem rather smug at this point, knowing something that you really want to know.
It's a dangerous thing to show, I feel. As the Rexus moves a little closer.
I have offered you my ideas, and they are as follows. If you at least give me a good promise that I will not be harmed.
Then
If you do that, then I may be able to provide you with an approach.
if we are satisfied with what you provide with us, we might not harm you. That you have my word on.
Again, he glances to Vincent, who simply stands there, arms crossed, eyebrow raised. Well, you see, the tower does only, as far as I'm aware, have one entrance that is to be used for those who wish to enter it, but that does not mean that it is the only way to get in there. You see, it is a rather old structure, and despite the famous dwarven engineering, it would not fare too well against the, well, erosions over time. Chances are that nature has already decided that the place needs a new entrance. Particularly in this area, it is rather active, with many crevices appearing and disappearing over the years. It is not a sure way to get into there, but you might be lucky to find one that leads you just where you want to go. Other than that, I do have many books that suggest that the old dwarven machinery uses the power of water to run, not unlike the mills here in Melfesh. If that is indeed the case, then groundwater wouldn't do. It won't need access to a river, and a big one at that. That already is two more potential entrances that my Lord Dragons and Lady Dragon could use. That should be sufficient to at least, well, let me go home again?
Tyraxus sort of looks over the head of him to the other two, and he nods slightly.
Tyraxus looks and says, "Was that so hard?"
Oh, I assure you it was very hard.
Looks like we are in a permanent solution then. Partners, business, that sort of thing.
Tyraxus smiles at him, a shark-like smile. We will be in contact in the future. I am sure there is much we can learn from each other.
And if you happen to have any enemies, know that we protect our own.
Indeed.
Good, good. In case I want my enemies ripped to shreds, I will consider your offers.
Good.
Now then, I would ask for your permission to leave.
Yes, you may go. Thank you for your cooperation.
I assume we can always find you here.
Of course. He seems like he wants to run away, but before he does turn around and give you a decent bow. And then books it.
Books it, huh?
Vincent looks after him and says, I do think that you were a bit too, well, polite with him. But I suppose he might want to work with you in the future as well after your display here.
And one must always think of the future, Vincent. Especially when, like us, we have so much future in front of us.
I did briefly feel the urge to go further, but it looked proud I resisted it.
I almost feel bad for the guy, really, because last time I got him an agreement like this, well, didn't go so well for him.
Who was that dragon?
Oh, it was... He smiles, glances towards Einox. It was this one's father, of course.
Oh.
Director's nods. Makes sense.
I did the odd favor for the old green dragon. And one of those favors was to acquire a particular set of books that I knew Eldrick had. So I arranged for a contract, and once that was carried out, at least old Runkwink was happy. Eldrick, not so much.
His happiness really isn't our concern much. If he does his part and does it well, he will be rewarded. And if he fails, then we will wall him in, but his face, take his books, and then feed him through a hole until we need his knowledge.
Director smiles to
Does
himself.
seem efficient, but a bit excessive, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a statement.
Yes. Fear is an efficient tool of management.
Very. Your enemies should fear you, but your followers should know not to become your enemies.
The price of being an enemy should always be too high.
Not high enough.
Xerxes looks around. Well, we do have that last circle that was found on the west side of the forest.
Indeed, we might as well take a look at that now before we return to find an entrance to the tower.
Agreed.
As it is a peculiar construction, it has seemed to be there for many years, and I do believe that it wouldn't be particularly safe to just approach it, hence why I didn't. But perhaps it would be best to show you what I mean once we get there.
Sure.
Let's see, it does take a little bit to get there. However, not really that much, about half a day. Meaning that if you rest, you could get there midday the next day.
Sounds good.
Which would, I believe, put you at the 23rd of Nef. As I will move your tokens over to a new map. Well, not a new map, but a new location on this map. And hopefully not mess the Fog of War up again. Like so. Vincent does slow down significantly as you think you are approaching the area that he's talking about. And will stop in one of the bushes with a good view about the around the entire area. As he points at the construction in the middle of this circle. It does look peculiar. I mean, peculiarly like the thing that we destroyed east of the forest. However, the circle does not seem to be of the same construction.
Great, are we gonna find another clay doll?
What is peculiar and very worrying, however, is that Lady Ashwood has no influence over this area. It is particularly worrying because those trees didn't stand there when I was here. They were standing in a rather more different position. And the burnt trees that were undoubtedly hit by lightning, also not a good sign.
What tree weren't here?
It was these two.
Oh, these two.
So what's special about those two?
Elementals?
They do not seem to be affected by the season as much, as well as their movement do not seem to coincide with the winds going through here.
Ants?
Huh?
Or it might be... Do they look like healthy? If you take a look
They
at them?
do not look healthy.
They are probably elementals.
Or like, there are those demon trees. That are really
Or a
nasty.
demon tree. You'll get your demon tree.
Well, we
Sorry.
slept, so you can probably assume that you're full health, by the way.
Right.
So I had a full day spells for that.
Right.
Perhaps it is not necessary to approach close enough to anger those beings, whatever they may be. However, we might gain more information if we do. I do know that I recognize this particular arrangement of things. I have seen it on Piley's notes, I believe. Not exactly like this, however, because it was still a circle with a 5-pointed star inside. However, at the tips of the stars, it wasn't circles, but it was a sort of fractal design with the same design, but smaller at the tips. It is undoubtedly something he has studied, I believe. So it is potentially relating to his plans.
Well, do you think we could break it?
If it's just mere stones that are the circle, then I think so. Shouldn't be too difficult. We can certainly break the structure in the middle.
Well, just moves here.
As you move there, the movement of the two trees that Vincent has pointed out does seem to quicken rather significantly.
Draxus looks at the structure in the middle and says, I could try to hit it with a lightning breath.
Can I get some information on these weird trees with knowledge nature?
You can try, certainly.
I don't remember if you remember, but I can always take 10 when it comes to knowledge nature because of my
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I just want to check.
Uh, 19. Well, considering Vincent's thoughts on the matter, these trees certainly don't seem like normal trees. Also considering the fact that they do not seem to respond to Lady Ashwood's influence, it would mean that among even the moving trees known as treants, these would be deviants to say the least. You would not think that they are too quick in terms of movement, but you aren't entirely sure of what their capabilities are. They certainly have a lot of tentacle-like branches.
Well, she'll definitely share the information with her friends. For the group.
I mean, can we do anything but just approach?
We can strike first. They are obviously gonna attack us.
But what are they? Can we talk to them?
Can we?
You don't think that trees can really speak. They can understand those who speak Sylvan, but they cannot speak themselves.
Vincent?
Do they look like evil and crooked?
They do look like something that doesn't look quite right. They look more akin to the lightning-struck dead trees here as to the other trees.
Well, Vincent, it's time to use
We
your
can
Sylvan.
ask. Okay, can you go here and whisper to a tree if it's all right to break them?
Vincent will see you try to do this and say, I don't think the lady can hear you in this particular area.
Oh,
Which also means that
yes.
you do not have to worry about her. On the other hand, I don't think she would really mind. These things don't quite seem very natural, and I've had some experience with the natural.
I suppose we mage armor buff up.
Yeah, I'll take it too. Do you keep count, Jonas?
Jonas?
Yes,
Okay.
You keep count?
I do.
Sweet.
I mean, I could shoot lightning at the structure in the middle. I can reach it from here. I don't know if it would do
But
anything.
isn't it lightning on it?
The ball is lightning,
It's
but
like a lightning rod, yeah.
but the tree construction? I'm not sure.
Sure, that's true. You could go for.
Does the if he looks at it, would he think that a lightning breath could knock it down?
If you hit the wooden structure, you think you can at least do some significant damage to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit it.
If I hit it, well, I mean, I can't miss it really. Should I try?
I mean, that's one way to start combat for sure. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Where did Inox go? Oh, right there. Yeah, she's blended in with nature.
It blend in.
Just covered in flowers.
I am.
Alright, sure. Lightning breath on the tree construction. Zap!
Alright, that will be initiative as you
As the construction comes to life.
as you try to hit the construction. Your lightning breath, however, quickly being redirected towards the iron sphere on top, and then traveling through chains into the ground. It is, however, enough that the peculiar tree seems to take offense to that.
Oh, tree. I thought we went way back. But, we would catch stuff like
Terexus,
this.
you get to act first.
Yep. Tendriculus. That's exactly what he is. Well, he's gonna fly up. Mm, 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 mm. I guess I'm gonna approach and attack.
You sure you want to go inside that circle? Okay.
The circle does not seem to be active, at least to someone who, well, just looks at it. But approaching the enormous tree with tentacle-like structures that even has a giant maw in its middle, it will try to bite you.
Bite me. Does it have a? How does a tree have reach on its bite?
It is a large tree, and the mouth is up. It
What?
lunges towards you.
Okay, sure.
That is
Lunge at the
a
tree.
hit for 15 points of damage. And with its maw, it will also try to grab you.
Of course. Yep.
It successfully grapples you.
Could leave.
Yeah, you should probably just run away.
Sure.
I just die here.
Not just yet. I mean, he can't have two people in his mouth, right?
Isn't it tentacles that's holding him?
Right now, it's the tree's maw that is holding him.
How do I hit it?
You do.
Okay.
And it does take 12 points of damage.
With an extra 4 lightning damage.
Okay.
Would iron bugs know if they are immune to acid?
You don't. You would think, based on how it looks, that it might not really care for acid. In fact,
So-
it seems to be oozing some of its own.
God damn it. I guess I can't charge here because it's not the nearest. I can charge here, right? With my bite?
Yeah, you can.
Or can I? It's 65.
You could fly charge. The wind in this glade here is not as bad.
Okay, I'll fly charge.
Also, did you add the grapple condition to Terexus?
I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Help!
I'm coming.
If only we had a dread dragon with fire breath.
That is a hit.
Talk about being ungrateful. Here I am. I don't know what to say.
Saving your hide.
Yeah. Just scaly hide.
Attacks.
I wasn't aware I was ungrateful.
Well, I came to your rescue and you said, "Why aren't you a red dragon?"
No, I
Cast
said,
a,
why
uh,
if we only had a red dragon? I said.
Spiritual weapon against that one.
Okay. That is a miss.
Right. Well, you can put a little aura on it.
Okay. The teal one. There we go. Well, seeing as it's currently grappling Terexus, it will try to swallow Terexus.
Uh-huh.
It will therefore try another grapple check.
That's bad.
Wait, it has first to actually keep the grapple. Yep, and now it will try to swallow you. Another grapple check.
Yep.
That's enough to swallow you. You are inside of this tree, and even
What
it's
can I do to get out?
you can either attack its insides or win a grapple check.
I can't win a grapple check against that thing.
And fry it.
Also, it is no longer grappled. You, however, are. Well, Vincent can't let this stand, so he will try to pinpoint the best spot to hit this thing and then shoot. +2, and hit. And he does hit, doing 6 points of damage.
Does any of that seem to be reduced?
No, it does not.
That's nice.
Terexus, at the start of your turn, you take 2d6 points of acid damage. First of all, before you do the attack, please. And you also have to roll me a fortitude save, as its insides are oozing massive amounts of acid. That is a failure. You are paralyzed.
Yep, I'm gonna.
Aren't we immune to
Pop
being
off a bit.
paralyzed?
Right.
We might be.
You are immune to magical sleep effects. I don't think
Oh.
you are immune to
we are
paralyzed.
immune
Are you?
to. We're immune to paralysis.
Immune to magical sleep effects and paralysis effects.
Alright, you feel like you would be paralyzed, but you're not.
You would be paralyzed if you were
So what dragons don't get paralyzed. Don't hold monster dragon, won't work.
yeah.
Also, the first bite seems to enough to bite through its bark and get back to the outside.
Blop.
You are no longer grappled.
You couldn't have been biting yourself out on the other side, so we were flanking.
I don't think I can
Strategical,
work my way through
strategical biting. 10
I mean, I can go
plus-
here.
No, it doesn't matter. I'll 5-foot step no matter what.
And 5%.
Yeah, take that tree.
And an additional 8 damage for the lightning. On the bite.
Despite having very few capabilities of showing emotions, it seems to regret swallowing you. Einavox.
5-foot step and full attack.
The last wing is a hit, and that is enough to make the tree topple. Combat is over.
Well, that was a weird tree.
Vincent looks at Terexus, still dripping in some of the tree's sap-like acid, or acid-like sap, I would say. Say, well, that was rather easier than it looked, I suppose.
So do we just rip these stones out of the ground?
I don't know enough about these magic things, but it would seem to be the prudent thing to do.
I could try to do like spellcraft to try to identify if that would be super terrible.
Spellcraft or Knowledge Arcana?
I think I'm equally good at them, but yeah, I am equally good at them. So
Okay, then just pick one. You don't really know if that has the potential of backfiring if this thing was.
do you know, Einavox, if this is dangerous to pull to rip apart? The other one was. So.
You know what?
No.
Let's have a shot in the dark. Where the hell is that button?
For knowledge arcana,
Yeah.
skill check.
No, that's stat. I don't have.
Oh, okay.
So let's do an
You can't really
intelligence.
make those.
Whoa! What? Even with a natural 20, it's not actually not natural.
You can't really make knowledge skills untrained.
I mean, common sense would dictate that interfering with a magical thing while it's active is probably a bad idea. However, it's difficult to tell if this thing is doing anything at the moment.
Dude, it was almost a natural 20.
So Alexis, could you
intelligence.
begin ripping some of these stones out of the ground?
Yeah, you should totally do that.
They look rather tough to pull.
Trixie looks over to you. Looks over to Einavox. She is as strong as I,
That's true.
What?
and I am somewhat hurt. He sort of steps away a little bit, brushes off this goop. And also,
don't
when
want
it comes
to-
to breaking things, Rakayax, you are quite good at that too, aren't you not?
Only if they're useful to me whole. It's slightly awkward.
That seems like a weird ability.
It's not the best.
I won't get anything else with my intelligence check about this.
Not untrained, no.
Aw.
So just rip some stones out. Right, Vox? I will be over here.
But okay, I'm not scared. You want a strength check?
I think just saying that you do it is enough.
Oh, okay.
And as you do it, you rip out a stone, and nothing really seems to happen.
She lifts the stone above her head and goes, "Woo!
Well, I suppose that's one.
We just need to break the circle, I think."
Well, make it hard for Piley to make them remake it, right?
Seriously?
I mean, in order to remake it, you would have to come back into the Ashwood, and this time Lady Ashwood knows of this place, so surely she could detect his presence. This entire thing seems rather, well, badly thought through by him, if this thing really is as important as we think it is.
Tilraxus, could you break that middle structure? It might explode again.
Tyraxus looks at it.
It's sort of your element.
Well, his element goes to the ball, though. Maybe it will just do that again.
Well,
Takes
Well,
it.
if you...
go and punch it. It breaks.
Oh, you want... Oh, I thought that I was going to suggest I could use my breath weapon on it.
Well,
If you want to do it.
Is there anything peculiar about the thing when he gets close?
It
Anything
does
stand
not
out?
seem to sparkle and radiate as much energy as the last one.
So it's turned off. Or inactive.
Yes, Vincent, go.
Well, I suppose I could smash it.
Do you think this means he tries to make a lightning-based orb of dragonkind?
Tyraxus shrugs. There's already the blue orb.
Maybe he wants to mimic it. Probably little lightning things.
Yes, I am not sure why he wants lightning to strike the forest. It is all very strange.
This one doesn't have a letter on it, does it?
I don't know. Looks at the thing.
There's no letter on this one.
Last time we attacked this, a large elemental showed up, so we should probably be prepared.
Yes, I'm very prepared. He will prepare himself.
Enter battle stance. Alright,
Yeah,
let's wreck it.
The structure topples.
I have a feeling it's going to be an earth elemental, though.
Doesn't have to be anything.
True. Well, this one is not active, so maybe we could just bring the ball with us, because it's pretty...
It seems unlikely to me that this would be the only such point that Pyre has constructed around the forest. Surely there must be others. He points at the stars. Most likely it's a 5-pointed star around the forest.
Let's rip some select stones out of this circle, just to make it a little more difficult.
Sure. Eine Box will assist.
Just like select ones around.
Sure, you can rip stones out of the circle.
Is there
It
any...
is difficult as these stones are ever so slightly overgrown, but it's not impossible.
is the ball in the magical?
The ball is not magical. There are some inscriptions on it, but they do not seem to be magical enough for the entire thing to be considered magical.
Well, I guess we rampage over this place. You know, like smash stones and topple things.
That other tree over here,
Yeah.
Does it look like it's gonna wake up?
Oh, it does. It
Well-
does seem to. Its movements do seem to grow angrier as you approach it, but currently it is at least not charging towards you.
Should we just leave? Do you want to attack it?
Well, is it gonna do anything if we just leave? You know, to anyone else? The forest? Is it inconvenient anyone?
I mean, it looks evil,
Well, we can kill it on based on that, sure.
right?
What does Vincent think we should do?
Well, it is certainly an inconvenience, but not to us and not currently. I would just leave it as long as it is not of no concern to us.
That's reasonable to me.
Might make it harder for pilot to walk around and search this for irregularities as well.
A good thought, yes.
Maybe it could be swallowed by the tree. That would be kind of fun.
Still, either we've just crushed Piley's plans, but I don't really feel very victorious now.
It's a small step, I suppose.
Perhaps. I will definitely make.
stars are very good.
Directus looks at the things. I mean, this place is rather obvious, and Piley doesn't seem to be obvious in his ways. It might be a decoy.
I think you're giving him too much credit there.
Besides, it did not allow Lady Ashwood to reach this part of the forest. Powerful magic in itself.
Well, I do not know much about magic, but the circle itself certainly seems to be more magical than this lightning rod that Piley built here. And that must have been here for many years at least.
Now it is broken, as it turns out.
Did definitely study something like this. Perhaps if it is, as you have suggested, that there are 5 more of these things in the forest, then destroying those should be a priority. On the other hand, why would these things be here in the forest? That seems rather odd.
It all depends on how he plans to harvest the power of Lady Ashwood, I suppose.
It would have to then be a circle that spans a large part of the Ashwood.
Yes, all 5 corners of it.
Well, this one doesn't make much sense in that regard, as it is. Then again, I suppose it is the west end of this part of the Ashwood. The part behind the river is not nearly as influenced by the lady as this one. To get a circle that would encompass the entire important part of the forest, you would need a circle far south of the Ashwood as well as far east. He stops. Far east, where conveniently there's a big tower that Piley inhabits.
Indeed. To the south? Could be in Biston or right outside it.
That seems likely.
Perhaps if he can reach it from inside the city, he might have some property inside the city where he had constructed the circle inside to protect it.
Vincent goes to grab a stick of a dead tree, starts drawing in the sand a crude but, from as far as you can tell, rather exact map of the area. He seems to have a knack for that kind of thing. So he then marks your current position as well as the position of Piley's tower, not his tower. So he then draws a circle that goes through both of these points, and then again marks 3 more points to make a 5-pointed star. Then frowns at it. His drawing would, not in color of course, look something like this. I mean, it is a rather far-fetched theory, but should be easy enough to check, right?
For you, especially.
Would be a quick trip north to see if there is indeed another such circle. It is a rather vague area that I will have to search through. Finian might be able to help. He seems to have a knack for these things. But it is worth investigating at least.
Agreed.
I do have to thank you for your help here. It is not something I would have simply forced you to do, although preserving the lady is certainly in your interest. I find it unfair by Piley to call it a plot.
Traxxas snorts. We do not do it simply out of the goodness of our hearts. We have a working relationship, after all. Favors for favors.
It is a good system, I think.
Traxxas nods. I agree.
Indeed.
It is civilized and ordered, which is good.
So while you look for these other locations, perhaps we should go look for an entrance into the ruins.
Yes, we have a river to scout, I do believe. He doesn't seem too happy when he says this. I did put a point in swim. Because of all of this crap.
I do not envy your task. But that said, can certainly move to where you think the entrance might be and look around there.
Yeah, we have a rough estimate, I
Yeah.
think. And we can start poking around the river, see what we can find.
We could find it and then perhaps go back and wait a little bit, see if our friend comes back home. We'd like to bring him for...
I mean, we should at least locate it.
Yeah, exactly. So that when he comes back home, we can immediately start to go and...
Sure, we can start a dungeon delve.
Yeah. Basically at the beginning of next session.
What a coincidence.
But let's find it first.
Yes.
I would then like you to go to the overview map and tell me where you think you might look for it. Because this will, of course, take time. Even traveling to the locations will take a day each. Well, not a day each, but a day to get there.
We're gonna go, I assume, here. And then follow the river, trying to look for offshoots going in this direction that might at some point move underground to become an underground river that the dwarven machinery would run off of.
That would then be a swim check by one of you for each day you search in one particular location.
What counts as a location?
Oh, well, if you want to search this entire area, I would say that is 3 days.
Okay. Our kayak now has a swim speed.
You seem perfect for this then.
That completely negates the needs for any swim checks.
Because he is now aquatic, as it turns out.
And instead of taking 3 days to search that strip, you would basically be able to do that in 2 days.
You know what you should do? You should speak with the fishes and ask.
I certainly can.
Tell me, my friends. It would be like Gandalf and the eagles, but, with fishes.
Asking the fishes would only take 1 day.
Alright. What do the fishes know?
The fishes are difficult to talk to, as most of their thoughts seem to revolve around food and forgetting what you asked.
Have they seen big spinning wheels at some place?
From their confused answers, you do not think that there's any such thing in this area.
Have they perhaps experienced sudden like weird what do you call it, like currents leading like deep into the earth? Because a fish would recognize a current, right?
They do recognize currents, but they will again eventually convey to you that they have not seen such in this area.
If you indeed cannot swim up and down the river and find anything, going underground, then I suppose that's that.
Well, we just have to move the area of search.
Pretty sure we, at some point,
You've essentially searched this entire river here.
I guess we go to the next one, this one.
Mm-hmm.
At that one, again, using your approach of asking the fishes, after a long and tedious conversation with many hundred fish, they will, or at least enough of them that you can believe them, tell you that there's certainly something odd in the part of the river that goes through the village. Most fish tend to avoid that because, well, fish seem to get mysteriously lost there. But there's also something else that they can't really explain too well.
At night, Rakai can take a swim under the water. Take a look.
And swimming through there, you do indeed find something that looks rather peculiar. A large grate that was smashed. Not from a creature or anything, but simply from erosion and rocks falling on it. In a cave, in an underwater cave-like structure right in the middle of town. It does
Okay.
seem to lead into the depths.
If he swims in there,
You would eventually reach a point where you could surface and travel the depths of what you think is indeed what you've been looking for.
alright then. You know, I suppose he'll go back and tell the others that he thinks he's found it.
So,
Underwater cave.
how long do Tyraxos have to swim underwater to get to such a cave?
You don't have to stay underwater the entire time, as the tunnel eventually goes high enough for there to be some breathable air, but it is quite the ways to swim. It is not a difficult swim as the current carries you in there, but it is a long and tedious swim.
Just breathe the water.
No. I will drown.
Pish posh.
Do we really need to all go in there?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
yes.
yes.
There might be monsters down there.
Well, I only have one elixir of swimming.
We can do what we've done before, like have Rakai swim with a rope, and someone like hang onto the rope and be like dragged in,
I
basically.
guess that's gonna be you then.
You would think that the main difficulty in this is not swimming through the tunnel-like canal, because the water is slow moving and moves into the direction that you want to swim in. The most difficult part would most likely be swimming into the middle of town without being detected.
In the middle of night shouldn't be a problem.
Well, then it's probably gonna be Anya Buck who's gonna be on toll, because she sucks at, hiding.
Well, in the middle of the night, no one's gonna look down into the water on the night, right?
Yeah.
A stormful night.
Then no.
Or we could make a distraction. Should be easy enough.
Well, the elixir of swimming are not really that expensive.
Rakai can make a distraction. He can go and set light at a tree or something.
Well, Tyraxus can mimic voices. He can make a good distraction.
It's just easy to place something out there that they'll have to go and stop and then. We can freely do something else. Besides, lightning strikes all the time.
Yeah, I don't think we need to be very concerned about someone looking down, like under this water surface of the river
I'm just gonna believe them anyway.
in the middle of the night.
I saw 5 dragons swimming through here.
Ha ha! Oh,
I
Billy
tell you, I
Bob,
did.
you're so crazy.
They were probably just snakes
Crazy Bob.
Yeah.
or eels.
Regardless, I think that's the plan. Now let's go home and we can think about how to decorate our place.
I think that is an excellent use of your remaining 40 minutes here, because I do think that we should end the session here, because well, we'd rather do this with DDS.
Yes, a comrade.
Also, Sir Ragus might have a talk with Vincent when he returns again.
Sure.
I never have talked to Vincent.
I think you can just ask Sheep to have a talk with Vincent.
But what would I talk to him about?
I don't know.
So, how's the weather?
So,
Stormy.
Question is, we should probably just let the kobolds dig out the rest of this place and then immediately move as soon as they're done to the wizard's tower, which will take over.
We out.
well,
Underwater caves does sound like just the kind of place we want, by the way.
I don't know.
I kind of want to sleep underwater now. So
well,
Kinda
I
don't.
yeah, I don't want either.
no, but there's also not underwater caves.
Uh-huh.
You know,
But-
there's a whole dwarven place down there
Sure.
and a tower.
Sure. I mean, it all sounds nice.
I like towers. Who
Kick
doesn't?
them out, and then we can have our own tower, and we can have humans living in there who can serve us.
Oh.
Without anyone else knowing.
That's right. It's like a dragon cult.
Really, they're just like a mercenary company.
The dragon banner or something.
You.
After all, we have the wizard's heir, so everything he owns befalls to her
That's right.
as soon as he
I'm
dies.
pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Sure, that's how it works.
That said, you return on the 28th of Nef.
Sure.
I found the decoration for our Volnex's thing. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Igloo.
There we go.
I mean, it's gonna be easy for him now. He's just gonna sleep outside on the roof of our tower. Our character's gonna have the bottom, the water bottom.
That's the wrong cave sheep, but thanks.
What? No, it's not. That's Avendra decorating, alright?
Oh.
He wants dirt, apparently.
Where are we? Are
That's
we
her-
looking at our
dirt.
home?
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
Oh, I was looking at the map. I'm missing everything now.
Do I have
Let's
a pool
see.
over here, sheep? I want a bigger pool.
You can dig a big pool if you want to.
I don't have the water
In fact,
texture. enough.
I can maybe give you one.
Yeah, thank you. Get a nice one. Clean one.
Let's see. I think I have a good one.
That's not much sand you have there.
I'm trying. It's
Start.
like, I can't control it.
It's cute, you know.
I can't control the sand.
Let's see. I have something
the
like
kobold
this.
is the igloo. Oh,
That looks weird. No.
Whoa!
it's not really blue enough.
Oh, that one is pretty.
There's a lot
then.
of
Thinking more
waves.
of the
Look at the
green one. Oh, that's,
igloo.
This one is really blue.
sure, we can go with that
That is a
one.
lot of blue.
Sure. Oh, is the white one gonna live in an
Move it
igloo
in a little
now?
bit. There we go. That's
I think so. That's why I put it there.
that's
That
a
is
perfect
so
fit.
cute.
I can sleep in here.
Can it turn it around? So,
And he,
so-
you know, he doesn't have to see any of us anymore.
I don't want to look at you.
I just hear him like growl inside, like. "Argh."
Sheep. Can I just get my stuff over here?
Okay.
Can I have like a few cave mushrooms or something? Like maybe some seashells?
Sure.
That would be nice.
You know who sells seashells by the seashore?
Sally.
That's right.
Can you make them to objects so I can manipulate them?
2 tokens. Yeah.
Thanks.
Or manipulate things.
No! It says do not touch. You didn't
I don't know how-
notice?
Roll. There's a little downhill from up there.
No, there isn't.
That's true.
Watership is going to be annoying on all of these things.
I want my lake to just be a lake.
I think you should be able to move all of them now.
Man, it looks weird to have like that sand like outside the visible.
Yeah, you need to do something. I can't. Like
Oh, it's like ghost
off
sand in the wall.
ghost sand.
You know what? I will
Someone-
open Photoshop right now and give you some sand.
Could someone drop me some like,
like the sand.
mushrooms and seashells and stuff? Because I don't have that pack that I used to.
mushrooms and seashells.
When you have the time, I don't have ownership over my pillow.
Oh,
No one has ever said that ever.
No. It's not funny,
I don't have ownership over my pillow.
let's see. Fungi. What kind of fungi do you want?
Like purple cave fungi stuff.
These?
Sure, but maybe a bit. Well, give me ownership and I can make them as big as I want them. But that sort of thing, yes. Maybe also a little bit teal. I like teal. It fits well.
Let me see if I can find
'Cause
teal.
having green plants in here is always a little bit weird because I have to go pick up new ones all the time. But having like living cave, that's nice.
Yes. Magic mushrooms.
Yes, that sort of thing. Those
Also
things.
bluish ones.
Yes.
Let me just. I'll just give you all the different ones and you can copy them as you want.
All the blue ones. Well, they're kind of more teal than blue, you know.
For some reason, there are some items I can't.
Rotate? You
Rotate?
have to change something. I think you have to change the size to no. I
Oh god, that's
don't
way too big.
know why. Oh god, yeah.
I like
Did I give
how,
you ownership over all the mushrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Except for the magic one.
Oh. There.
I like how Avandra has a bucket of water, a bedroll, and a table full of sliced ham.
Yeah, well, it's whatever else can a girl want, right?
It
He
is,
also has a-
however, organized in the best feng shui way possible. Also her book.
Yeah,
It's bad.
I need control over my book.
And there's a sapphire here that I think belonged to Tyraxis.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a disc?
Disc?
Yeah.
You should be able to just drop in tokens yourself.
Yeah, I don't have any.
What kind of disc are you looking for?
A writing one.
Oh, a desk.
Yeah.
I can find a desk. A kobold-made desk.
Oh, I suppose. It's gonna fit the stupid stool I have. Who sits on a stool like that?
Let's see, where are desks? I think they were in here.
Oh, I got
Desks.
my book. Awesome.
These desks are way too fancy for kobolds to have built.
Yeah,
That's
that
something
much
like
nicer.
Whoa. Can
Yeah,
Can
one
you-
sec. Working on it. There.
Can I have a nice rock?
A rock.
I'd like a rock for this place that I can lay on too.
What kind of rock?
Just like a big, nice, maybe like a glassy rock. Like a broken shot of obsidian or some like big flat crystal glass thing.
I can't drop things anymore for some reason.
Duplicate name. Let me fix that. Now you can.
Why don't you call them all sand?
A rock.
Biggest drapes ever.
I need help again?
1 second. There's rocks. Something like this. That's spiky.
That's a bit silvery.
Kinda like it.
I guess that
But-
could work.
I
You know,
like
it's
that.
kind of teal.
Yeah, I guess that could work. That
Teal
teal.
rock.
Enormous rocks.
Give me ownership of those two,
Those two, alright.
and I can see what I can do with them. It's my silver lump, as I call it.
Let's see, I might be able to find a better rock.
It's a bit smaller, probably.
I think they're pretty rocks.
No, I can't find better rocks.
Oh. Maybe this one works better.
How did you spin things?
Well, some of them I can spin, but some I can't.
Damn it! Don't do that. You have to go to the. It's like a Oh, where is it? It's somewhere where you decide if it's from top down or what it is.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Not exact. I'm not sure what's wrong.
Go to the config, and then there's square and circle and top down. I think if you pick top down, then it rotates by moving it.
Config.
And then what?
Okay.
Then top down
On what?
There we go.
On all of it?
on the top one.
Oh,
Shape top down.
thanks. That's all I wanted.
Also, for the stream, this would be an excellent time to ask questions, even though everyone is probably too distracted to actually read them. Maybe it's not the best time.
Or maybe it's the best time.
Maybe. Do I have a sand texture? I don't have a sand texture. I do have a sand texture.
Is it up here? Oh. I need to purge my cliff.
Want me to remove the sand textures, sheep?
I'm just seeing if I can make something better. Oops, not like this. No,
Not like this.
I didn't ask for this. Because right now it looks a bit goofy that it's going over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I can maybe do something prettier. If you want me to, that is.
Sure. I like pretty things.
Oh god, I'm drawing on the wrong thing.
Don't we all?
Always drawing on the wrong thing. This is the worst.
It's just the worst day ever.
Maybe it's not the worst.
Figuratively the worst.
It is literally Hitler.
When you say that, it means something.
Everything I say means something according to you.
Well, why else would you say it?
I didn't say it.
Oh, this is better.
What do you think about my little glade?
Looks watery.
Is it watery enough? Enough teal? And, like bluish?
Sure.
I can't see all of it, but I bet it's great.
I think the walls of it are well defined.
Sure, sure.
Sheep, could you turn all this stuff into background?
I can.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, my leg is on top.
I shouldn't have turned it into background.
Oh god, it's all gone.
I may have just moved the map on. Oh, I shouldn't have done it into background because the map is also
Oh no,
background.
what's happening?
Oh god.
Everything is.
I'll
Set
fix
back
it.
to being back with the.
Yeah, I'm.
It's all panic.
No!
Oh god! Oh god! Oh no.
No! It's time to panic.
Now the lake as well
Where's
can
the
be.
lake? I can't find the lake in the.
It's the top one.
I can't find the lake in the map explorer. Oh, it's not an object. It's not a background. It's an object.
And then my rock needs to be on top of that one.
You know what? Bookshelf, fine.
And not on top of the.
I'm sure this is riveting to watch. That's
You know, this is part of our
Like-
experience.
flummoxing around and. Let's see. I want to.
There we go. Much better.
Oh, that's a good question. Which PC does Vincent like the most?
Well, obviously it's Tomaxos, whom he talks to all the time, the buddy.
Wow. Do I sense some, anger?
No, it's fine. I get it.
It's probably not Tyrexus.
He picks favorites all the time. Vincent. It's okay, in time we understand what this means.
Why don't you go and snuggle up with that human girl you seem so fond of?
Burn.
That was a low blow, just saying.
You know.
She's like 9.
Yes, and you cooing over her. She was some princess of a far-reaching empire.
You know, she's all the princess we've got.
Einavox looks sad.
Yeah. You know, no
You're a
one.
dragon.
So?
You don't need titles to be perfect.
Just makes me even more sad.
Okay,
Ah!
that wasn't what I wanted to do.
Said
God,
you
what
fell
is
through
this?
the bush and the fur.
Why
So
did it do
Egyptian
that?
over there, kind of.
Oh, that's why. it did that.
That's the point.
I'm just trying to draw over the
Do you
sand that is
really? I'm
going
just
through the
saying.
walls.
Do you really have what it takes to make all this?
I mean, sand and some broken pillars. I think he can do it. He liked support pillars, by the way.
What?
I
But
do
it's
like
prison.
pillars a
Loves
lot.
Oh.
pillars. So
I have
Like-
the kobolds make pillars for me.
if I have this, I need spores and water.
No.
Yeah, you can probably find rocks like that, like in these solverites. It would take a bit of cobalt labor to get them here, but they can do it. And the
Labor
mushrooms,
is
they
the
would
best
come.
kind of labor.
They would come after a while. It's creative freedom here.
I splash water in here. So
Splish splash.
He's baiting around like a nymph.
I'm gonna,
It's like having a dolphin as a neighbor. Ugh.
make that clicking sound.
Yeah. Ugh. Will
Exactly.
he ever shut up? Someone tossed him like a ball. So now
Need some of those
he
ugly cave fish to talk to.
puns around the ball. That's a very
The
crude.
angler fish.
That is very crude to call Einavox an ugly cave fish.
What?
Could you just forever leave Einavox out of your talk when you just talking to each other?
Calling into each other all across the room.
Yeah, just shouting to each other.
Avendra, you can go and be
You eat some ham and
eat some of the ham you have.
yeah, you like the ham.
She can make her room nice. I'm sure she'll have that done for next session.
I'm sure she will.
I'll have to get that.
So
like,
no is the interesting
Yeah.
thing. You see the like marble thing I have in there?
Yeah.
I want to fill out the thing behind it with like a marble-like texture. Can I
Alright.
do that?
marble texture should be one of the easiest ones to get.
Yeah.
Don't draw on the token layer though,
Oh. I
which
can't-
means I'll have to do it for you.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
I don't think you as a player can draw on the object layer, can you?
No, I can't.
So I have to do it for you. Let's see if I can find a good one.
Also, object layer would mean it doesn't have a grid on it. It's above the grid.
Look how simple it can be. But
Well,
maybe maybe it's because I don't have my own stuff anymore.
Do you know how long we're gonna live here? Maybe for like a week more.
I hope not.
Until we move to that tower.
You're just gonna copy paste this cavern into the tower, right?
Then I plan to leave this place like this, and then mushrooms will grow all through it. Great. Look at that little lake I had before.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, what was that?
This kind of marble texture.
Yeah, something like that. It's probably good.
Oh.
It's a bit white. I don't know. Can you? Is
I,
there a, can you? It's,
I can do it in Photoshop.
It's like a
nah.
slab of white.
Maybe can there is a way because the marble texture I had on the thing was kind of a little more sandy that I kind of liked. Maybe
I
we
mean,
can
doing it in
draw-
Photoshop is literally less work.
All right. I don't know.
Just saying.
I
So I'm also going to decree that these mushrooms have thick sap that stains everything it touches like a weird teal color. So my cohort will go and stab this big mushroom here on the rock. I didn't tell them to, but they begin doing it a ritual where they climb on the rock and like stab the mushroom, cut a hole, and then smash their face into it. So they get like the splatter all over them, and that's like a thing they do.
is it
And Rakax
also
doesn't really know what, but he would feel dumb asking. So he just assumes
is
that
I think I know why it's like mildly hallucinogenic.
yeah, probably is.
So they're like having a
And
like
they have a very
trip.
religious experience,
Yeah.
like drinking the teal sap and getting it like all painted.
Seems reasonable.
Their tongues are permanently stained teal when you do it.
Oops.
the kobolds who drink the sap from the mushrooms
Oh.
and get slightly high. Just enough that they see, like, hallucinations of stuff that they like.
The great fish is talking to me.
Let's see, marble. There it is.
I'm
there's a more yellowish marble texture. Like
Oh,
this.
That's very big. And,
This better?
yeah, that looks really good.
Okay, I'll still do it in Photoshop.
Sure.
I've used Photoshop too much for these things to ever do it in MapTools again. Also, I have my drawing tablet right next to me at the moment because I used that to draw the crosses on Vincent's map.
Oh.
Just because they bothered me so much because they were so ugly when I did it with a mouse. It's quite sad actually.
I like my lake.
Mm. It's a
good
nice
and
lake.
It's a nice lake.
Where did you get the marble thing from?
It was in map tools. I basically opened the map tools like thing and typed in marble. Let's see if I can find it again.
And igloo, apparently.
Well,
Actually has
I mean,
one of those.
needed to
No, I think
help
it's
our friend
cute.
out.
I think it's really cute.
It's located in
Like a
cheap,
cooling box. We can stack. Each
Uh,
of the blocks is like food that we've
in
frozen in a block.
objects/structures/walls/marble.
Walls, okay. Marble. Oh boy, that's a lot of marble things. This one, 13. Oh boy, nope. Very dark. Why is it very dark?
It's like an archery thing for a Bentra. Isn't that thing a thing there is? I think there is a thing
Like
that's
an
like an
archery target?
stand. Yeah.
It can be a thing,
And probably
sure.
also a lamp.
Yes.
Now that we consider it. It might be good for her to have in her room, like a thing that can make light.
Mhm.
You know, she's supposed to be comfortable here, because, well, she might move into the tower soon enough. That's going to come as a nice thing.
Alright, it would take too long to do it in Photoshop.
I'm trying to make this.
That looks... Why does
Well,
it
the
look so-
entrance isn't really symmetrical with the...
No, I know. It's annoying. Let's see what we can do about this. It's the kobold's fault for not digging out symmetrically. Stupid kobolds.
Let's see, more question. It is riveting to watch. Okay.
That is simply not true.
Depends
When
on
the
what you
wizard
like.
dies, will the girl live?
Yeah, obviously. She is Vakaix's girl now. Why? One, because he finds it amusing. Two, because, well, killing her would just be a waste of resources. He basically doesn't cost anything. And three, you know, he likes having company. Generally, he's a more the merrier kind of dragon. Very sociable, very much likes talking to people, likes having fun. And what better way than to build a sort of a little caddy of a group of people? Kobolds just aren't much fun to talk to.
They're not very good conversationists.
And fish aren't very good either.
No.
Humans, on the other hand, especially if you train them well from young, it's like a puppy, you know?
Mhm.
First you gotta teach it not to poop on the floor, but eventually you'll come to love it. And it will be devoted and loyal beyond anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
So will
Yes, Kat.
Einavox reclaim her father's lair? That's a good question.
No, she'd rather make her own.
You can plant a glade outside the tower.
Well, you know, the old one was obviously not that good since it got attacked. She would rather want the perfect one, not one that isn't. It's always about perfection.
Eventually, Rakax would like to live out in the sea because this is actually fresh water, which isn't as good as seawater. What can you do?
Hmm.
You know, it doesn't really have the brine feel to it.
I
It
know
needs
what you
that
mean.
like underwater sea of heavy water,
Mhm.
of very salty water,
You need the kind of water that you can step on and still float.
basically. Like those cool videos where you see like a crab walking over the edge of like a little crater, and then it just dies because the water's so salty.
Hmm.
That's what brine is. And that's what he needs to live in. If it's optimal. You could, of course, we can put salt in this thing, but salt is actually expensive when you have to fill a pool with it. Although making some sort of ritual to saltify the river would be kind of good.
Salting a indoor pond is one thing, but an entire river would take
Well, we just need to
some
salt the
resources.
mouth of it. I'm sure there's like a salt elemental thing I could summon that could sit in it constantly. Then all the river would be salty. Then people would just have to learn to live with it. Gem encrusted floor, huh?
I want a pile of gems, but it's difficult to.
Make it look nice without using like a million gems for it,
Yeah.
which would just clog up stuff anymore.
Yep, that's the problem.
Any more questions? I mean, we're here to take them, so she will read them aloud and then we'll answer them.
Salt elemental. I think that's actually a thing.
What?
No, the chat. Someone in the chat is saying. Larian is saying salt elemental. All right, you make me smirk.
I mean, it's Pathfinder, right? At this point,
There's a salt method.
There's a salt method. It's true.
maybe salt methods will do the job. They're also probably pretty nice creatures.
Basically, what you want is that scalding salt lake you found in Throne of Night.
A salty water elemental.
See, there's a salt Ifriti.
Salt
Oh, wait.
bestiary.
There's a salt drake. That's a thing.
Oh, a salt drake. That's like me, but a drake.
Resembles a blue dragon with mottled black wings and crimson eyes.
Many few of those will serve me, maybe. Well, it's a
Maybe.
third-party thing, so.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter.
Salt method. Need some of those. Yeah. They're also low level. I could kill a few of those without problem. I can dehydrate things and stuff. Spew salt crystals. Yeah, I need a few of those. That would be nice. It only works in arid environments. Well, that doesn't work. So what are you doing salt if you're in an arid environment? That's not salty water. That's like,
That's salty air.
that's like a salt desert.
That's true. Salt flats.
A giant slug. It takes more damage from salt.
Milan is asking about your plans about the red dragon proposal, as he puts it.
To unite the peoples under us and become like the dragon kings of all the clans and whatnot to fight the Persian term. Yeah, I like the idea. Archaix wants to become a dragon king.
Sure, I'm into becoming a king.
Maybe a bit more god to his people, but Has to begin somewhere.
I think I dropped something and I can't see it.
He is the empire building dragon after all.
Mm.
Flumps apparently eat salt.
Flumps?
Yeah, you know the flump. It's one of those funny. It's that jellyfish that has like tentacle arms.
No.
You know this thing. It's quite a
Oh
weird,
god!
quite a weird
Oh
creature.
god, that's a big pile.
That's it's a little bit too big. Come, no. Everything is going to hell.
Look at that flump.
It's kind of cute.
How can you not fear that? It's an aberration.
How can I not fear the flump?
Fear the flump.
I am fearing the flump.
Like one of those weird.
Alright, it's the yeah. I know this one now. Flump. It is intelligent and wise.
Oh, I found an entire forum thread about the ecology, the physiology, the psychology of the flump. Unlike other aberrations, flumps both feel emotions and perceive its surroundings like humanoids. They tend to be relatable with a very human-like worldview.
I always imagine having Jar Jar Binks' voice.
Despite all the terrible things that has happened to their race, flumps tend to be very optimistic individuals.
See?
They are very friendly and rarely give up when they decide to do something.
We need a flump.
They're basically like that dragon. Like, hello, I'm a lawful good creature, aberration creature.
Haha!
I'm pretty much the only one.
It's pretty lonely, truth be told.
They come from distant stars to protect unprepared worlds from cosmic horrors.
Oh yeah, lawful good.
I have traveled far
If I will save everybody with my CR1
with
powers,
my
I'm
positive
here to help
thinking.
you. My prayers have been answered.
Calling into the void for help, and the flump shows up. And you're like,
We have arrived.
It really sounds like something from Star Control, doesn't it?
They're really smart and know a lot about things from other worlds.
Yeah. Well, they're
Once per day,
travelers.
the flump can squirt a spray of foul-smelling liquid. The liquid clings to skin and clothing and reeks for 1 to 4 hours. It's good.
A DM could pit a group of little pieces against the cold of deranged flums.
No!
Prepare to see them troubling their sanity.
Oh,
The insane flums could control goblins, mites, or human cultists.
I
They're
don't
horrible
want to fight
summons.
flums.
More flums.
They're too cute. Don't make us fight the flump, sheep.
now I have to rewrite the entire campaign.
For the flump.
Well, he already made us fight the turtles, and we didn't hurt them, so I think it's possible.
To represent a larval flump, use this young, simple templates. Add aquatic subtype and change the creature's fly speed to a swim speed. They're larvae when they are born. From spores, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's a lot about flumps. Like, there's pages of ecology almost.
I love the idea.
That's what
Habitat and
I've just been
society.
reading. It's pretty good.
They love complex cave paintings.
Yeah.
See, it's just a great, weird creature.
I want to have a flump friend.
A flump.
Can I get it as a familiar, perhaps?
Flump
There is
familiar.
one in the Order of the Stick that whenever you see it, just gets people jump on it like a trampoline. And they fall somewhere. Like the flump is there to help them, and it just hits it in the head. And it's so sad it's never get thanked for its hard work.
Well, it is very optimistic.
If the chat wants to know more about flumps, I found this.
I mean, the flump,
good forum thread.
it's like the opposite of Eeyore.
That's right.
This is good. When successfully tripped, a flump is flipped over. When the flump is flipped over, it is helpless and disoriented and falls to the ground.
Oh, poor Flump.
Aw, that's
You can trip and it
cute.
just flips and like swings its little tentacles like, I don't know how to
Oh,
do.
help!
Oh god, oh god.
Help! And then he just falls to the ground. Help!
It can attempt to flip itself over once per day
Once
Aw.
per
by
day.
succeeding on
Help!
a DC 20 escape
And
artist check.
is anyone there? I need some help.
Stuck there.
Hello? Anyone?
Oh, this is great. This is... Oh.
Yeah, we need Flump friends.
Who doesn't like the flump? Apparently they spread their seeds across the entire solar system.
Mm-hmm.
They gravitate towards gas giants or moons. When they do it, a group of flumps donate their genetical material,
Oh.
much like pollinating plants, and they come between 4 and 32 larvae from each seed pod.
There really can't be enough Flumps out there, as far as I'm concerned.
And they send their young to a new planet to warn them of impeding disasters.
Quickly, Flump
Flumps
Junior,
people.
you must travel the stars. It's like, okay.
Like
Flies
Goku.
off. You can do it, Flump Junior.
I wonder how they eat.
They probably,
the-
well, they have a mouth, so.
Sort of just push their face down to the food.
Next time on Tears of Tiamat, the great reveal, Tenderlin is actually a transmogrified flump.
Would be surprised.
To learn to fight, so I became a dragon.
There's also some cosmic horror coming. If everyone would listen, everyone's like, shut up! It's like, oh well. It's
Oh well, damn it.
It is really important, though. You really should. Oh. Confound it. No one listens to me.
Hmm.
Father Flump will be so upset.
Yeah. If they get sick, they go insane.
Oh,
So that's how you get them as enemies.
crazy Flump.
They also love dreams.
Yeah?
They're very important to flumps.
Oh.
They often let their nocturnal hallucinations dictate their actions.
That's you shouldn't, you know. If you rename dreams or describe them as nocturnal hallucinations, it really sounds really suspicious, doesn't it?
And they're also very superstitious. And
Oh, sure.
they talk a lot about the zodiacs in their folklore.
Oh.
Yeah. And they never know how to seed until a world is in danger and in need of more flumps. They don't actually know how to travel the stars
Oh.
before having to do it.
In need of flumps.
This world need flumps. I can see it.
It's pretty good.
Apparently, they do what they do because they know that when they make cave paintings by dissolving the environment with their acidic secretions, the patterns that appear are like fractals and repeated over and over again. They show the wholeness of the universe,
Oh.
and it takes only minutes for them to see this and reaffirm their faith by secreting and stuff.
Hmm. So basically, they're just ejaculating and vomiting everywhere they go.
And they find great pleasure in making pacts and upholding them.
Oh.
Most conversation with flumps ends in small oaths and agreements. While maybe nothing more than the outcome of polite or social chit-chat. They take great pride in staying true to all arrangements. And expect the same of their conversational partners.
the things that Jonas is decorating his cave with disprove everything that I said about the lack of skill on the kobold's craftsmanship.
It's
They've made marble columns and a sphinx.
I need a sphinx. Or it's not a sphinx, it's an Anubis, I think.
Oh, well. You know, the kobolds didn't know the difference. You asked for a sphinx. They made Anubis.
They're like, we don't know.
For some reason, they also know how to make an igloo.
Well, they just built
Again, I
it
said
around.
we took food, like froze them. Like each of these has a steak inside of it. Just a little block of ice.
So it's just your food stockpile in the
Yeah.
shape of a igloo.
I mean, they basically buried the Rolex when he was sleeping and didn't tell him. And now they're giggling furiously somewhere.
And flumps just seemed like they would be extinct very quickly. They always eagerly try to help everyone they meet.
Oh, hello.
I don't even want to. No, I'm not going to point that out.
They have community flumps, hunter flumps, interpreter flumps, laborers flumps, and providers flumps. As need determines. Those are the castes of flumps. They all work like an egalitarian society where they don't know what individuality or self-servingness means. Find it strange and alien to think about yourself. They do tend to hide because people usually act crazily when they meet them. And then they just talk to their dreams.
I talk to my dreams.
They do. Well, not to yours, but to
Okay,
theirs.
the Gherkin just posted a picture that is called Flump on Goblin Action.
Oh my.
It is from the. Okay, it's not one. Okay, good. It is from the official Pathfinder wiki, so.
The flump! What's the flump doing to them?
And Milan posted a laser flump. I approve.
Things like the flump make me very happy about Pathfinder. I look at that laser flump. He is not taking any prisoners anymore. He's had enough. He will protect this planet.
He's so helpful, though.
Yeah, but he's helping the planet protect itself.
It's like, die, Cthulhu.
Exactly. And the beam does nothing. It's just 1d4 or something. Poop.
Zoo.
Oh, well,
Ooh.
that was
I mean,
one part.
all they do is that they sting you in acid detector, and then they can once per day do a stinky spray.
And they can once per day try to flip themselves over if they get flipped. Oh, poor flump.
It injects an irritating acid that deals 1d4 acid damage. You can remove it by submerging yourself in water. A creature that swallows the flump takes acid damage automatically. Don't swallow a flump.
No?
Yep.
What happens if I eat as flump?
If you eat it,
Yeah, like if I swallow it.
then you take acid damage until it dies.
Oh no.
Which will not take long because it's a CR1 thing, so it's like 9 hit points. I mean, it's not a terrible CR1 thing, if you really consider it, but it is not very good either. If it had some sort of reach, it would be deadly. A small, lawful
Deadly
good thing.
flump.
Gonna spray with its stench. Yeah. But those are not what Rakayaks will be looking for in these people.
On your flumps.
You really should, though. You really, really should.
More like scrag trolls. That's more like it.
But the flump.
Hmm.
But the flump, though.
sharks. Oh, tassel worms, those are good too.
Tasmans are fun.
Dragon turtles. Leech swarms.
I don't like leech swarms.
Suck your blood. It's great.
20 feet perfect float for the flump.
Look at this. Any living creature that begins its turn in a leech swarm space loses 1d3 points of strength and con.
It's terrible.
Both. There's no safe for that. Just happens. Although they are susceptible to salt, which is annoying. Can have salty leeches. Yeah. Yeah. I like my little glade here. Rakax can be the dragon he always deserved to be. You know, the kobolds did well.
Yeah.
The old room can be trapped, and we're digging out the larder, and then they'll be digging out the kobold room, and then we're probably moving, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe, well, we're going to take him with us, let's be honest here. We don't really have other servants yet.
It's true. And, you know, you always need a kobolds to boss around. Who else will, you know...
They're not really the long-term plan, but, you know...
No, and you need like minor servants who can scurrying
anything else on the walls of our keep will be more things on the walls, you know?
And you know, like you need someone to bounce great before you when you're in a bad mood, so you cheer up.
Look, you know, want humans to do that as well. We still need to locate bandits and like take them over.
I agree.
So what are they gonna do? Like, no dragons, we don't want to serve. They'll be like, yeah, dragons, fuck yeah.
Do you realize the power you could wield?
No more questions?
Yeah. Damn it.
Those are 2 levels to leadership.
Three levels to being large for some of you.
Large.
Some of you. But 5 levels, so that's too long to even think about. 1 more level to level 3 spells, I think. So that matters a lot.
So will we discover why the PCs can grow so fast? That does imply that there will not be a big time skip. Which I don't actually think there will be, because that would be very awkward to handle, like a time skip of like 100 years.
All the problems we had are gone.
Meaning that, yes, potentially.
Empress Sunta is dead.
Of old age.
Yeah. She lived and died. So
I mean, that's
done.
the Gold Dragon's plan, is to have her busy running around until she dies of old age.
You realize that mortals die so quick.
Nope. Nope.
Now I can see the chat too.
No. Everything is in the same layer because I can't control it, and it's becoming a nightmare.
Well, tell me what you want to have moved on the object layer.
I kind of want to seal your tropical plant there. That looks very nice. I guess it is blue, so.
It is a blue plant, yes. Yeah. I have a normal green one too.
Big blue pillow and everything.
Uh-huh.
I feel like his life is so simple. This is like party pool.
Yeah, well,
People
sure.
come and
You
hang
know.
around, stick their feet in the water as he bathes around and basks in their attention.
Uh-huh.
You need like a permanent like daylight spell that can like burn this area over there.
Yep.
Desert.
Like a hot wind blowing, you know.
It's a Sirocco constantly.
Yeah, like a Sirocco going. Yeah, looks pretty good, all things considered.
Oh.
Should have also, actually, one last thing. I would like... Now I'm really testing the limits of the kobold's engineering. But I imagine there's like water in the cave walls, maybe?
I can make
Like
water if you need it.
dug out.
I mean, water made by Create Water does disappear after 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But you can probably procure some water over time.
You have like 6 kobolds like sitting down there pumping constantly so that we can have a
Yes,
fountain.
exactly.
Vol fountain, alright.
These kobolds really are master craftsmen at this point, aren't
We
they?
captured one of those ones from the other place that had like built pyramids and had
Yeah.
breastplates and
Sheep, can you... Like the marble, like... See what I'm having trouble
Yeah.
with here? Kind of like...
fitting it.
Damn it! Could you please get that into place so it looks nice and then put that...
Yeah.
There, and then put it into the background.
It is. Does Skrillex level up with the PCs? He is not a cohort, so no. Not currently.
Who takes Skrillex as a
Who
cohort?
will
Although
take
right
Skrillex?
now I don't really see we have any choices except for of course getting someone new.
Maybe it can be all of our cohort.
But I take that like red dragon as my cohort.
Yeah.
Red Dragon cohort?
I'm permanently loyal. I can take that.
He would have to be your level -2, so he would shrink, but yeah.
That's how we kill him. We make him a
Magic.
cohort and then we shrink him.
Would have a 9-year-old girl become the most powerful 9-year-old girl in the world.
Can you send the fountain to the background?
Okay.
She will level up as 2 levels below me.
Does Skrillex level up regardless? I mean, he also improves over time, enough to be relevant, but not nearly as quickly as a cohort would.
I'm sure in 2 levels we'll be in a much different place than we are now. Quite literally, probably.
Maybe.
Kobolds really outdone themselves this time.
Oh yeah, I am impressed.
I guess mine just care that much.
They wanted the drugs, I think.
Yeah, probably. I am their drug.
That's right.
At some point, I can literally get a necklace that makes it so that whenever I heal you, you have to make a save or be addicted to me. Take the cheapest one, too.
Hmm.
Only DC 15, but
Sure.
that's a way to gather followers.
Can
Well, I
you
would
send
have to
the
heal them every day and they begin to like accrue.
fountain sheep?
Probably.
Sorry, what?
Could you send the fountain to the...
I just did.
No.
Unless there are 2 of them.
Put it into the object or background layer.
I did.
No, but I can still click it.
Oh, I put the marble thing into the background layer again. Let me find the books.
If anyone ever wants to annoy Toraxis, they can go and like slightly push one of those gems.
Yep. Don't touch
Like
them.
out of place.
Mm-hmm. It's like, who dares?
There it is.
And look at her little room. Only like a table full of ham. You'll have to rectify that.
She has a pillow, a book, a bucket of
She
water.
has to. She is very carefully considering the positioning of the many things she has ordered from the kobolds.
if there's anything she needs, we can pay for it.
But the kobolds are busy carving marble columns.
That's right. That's right, they are. This needs to be perfect.
See, and this, by the way, if she's not the most ecstatic 9-year-old girl, then I don't know what. This is like a Disney movie come true.
Mm-hmm.
You get rescued from a horrible place by like a dragon, or say, you're special. Come live with us in our dragon home. And you get to grow up with the dragons. And like she's gonna be like 20 and be like the dragon lady
Mm-hmm.
who does very important things and saves the realm.
Oh, definitely.
By uniting dragon and people. True.
She is the
So
bridge
people-
that unites the two.
Yeah.
Born a human, raised by dragons. Only she can bring the eternal blood war to an end, or something. No, it's too big.
And she'll fall for some bumbling guy whom we'll be like, no, he's not good enough for you. And then
Exactly.
in the end, he proves that he really does care, and that
Exactly. And then our hearts melt.
it's like, oh, all right,
All right
I
then.
really just want you to be happy.
Exactly. And then she hugs
Power.
us. It is like, oh, I love you so much. We're like, we love you too, sweetheart. Now go and be
So
happy.
before.
It's gonna be interesting when the campaign goes that sappy.
You know, I'm sure the wizard would be surprised at how well we're treating her.
Mm-hmm.
Comes to free her, and she's like, I don't want to go with you.
You suck.
Yeah, I just had to sit inside all that. This is much more fun than reading books. I get to shoot a bow. I've been promised to, and then I soon will be taken out hunting. I can shoot some
What?
animals as well. And like I
Really
get to
not.
swim and like make stuff with my hands and be useful to somebody for once. Yeah.
Not locked in.
She gets to help cook. That's also something he needs to learn in time, how to cook well. Not that I really need it. I can eat dream food, but it's more principle, right?
Right.
If she's like gonna be like a dragon ranger, she needs to know how to cook some food. Salt a trout, you know,
Salt a trout.
catch a trout with
Sure.
a spear, and how to shoot a deer or a man right through the brain.
So yeah, sheep. Could you treasure pile? Could you put that into the background, and, like send it to the back, so it sort of fits underneath the fountain? And the
See, change to object, and then yeah, that looks good.
All the way above the marble circle thing.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
And then this gem. Could you remove it because I can't control it?
Which one? That one. I can't click it. Ah. Let me
You could
find
send
it
the
in
pillars to the background.
I should probably do that.
Then you could click it.
Object.
Ah, no,
Also,
my
it
pillar.
treasures-
It's not covered in sand.
Wow, this is object. There you go.
Thank you.
That's a way to get sandy textures.
Uh-huh. So the only thing I don't know what to do with right now is this area here. I'm not sure what to.
I
put
can
there.
leave it be for now. Or you can build one of those scavenge some of that lightning stuff and put it there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, have a little
Light
lighting
sheet
generator.
thing.
Hmm.
Can like channel lightning. If you breathe it, it shines or something like that.
Oh, that'd be great. Like one of those Tesla balls.
Yeah, like you sit here when you have attendees and you go
Uh-huh.
here and they're like, I will be merciful. And then
That's right. Goes as we all
hands
know.
at you by like a d6 of damage. Just blast them.
Also, there's a very relevant comic I'm going to post on Skype. That's basically you.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's basically what's going on. We just need a tower to sit in.
Well, we're capturing one soon.
It's true. It's true.
If anyone comes, she has the right of it. She inherited it from her dad, whom we killed.
Exactly.
How big is the fabled horde of the four-scaled laws? That's a good question.
Well, I know my part of it.
I know
Let's,
my part
let's
of
take
it.
a look at the sort of what we have together. Because we have a little bit, I think. Still. No, absolutely nothing together. I think I have like 4,000 gold. I think that's the general consensus.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody really can spend any money right now because there's nowhere we can buy anything.
It's true.
And getting cohorts basically also mean getting access to crafting.
Yep. Which is
Which
gonna
is
help a lot.
But you know, so that basically leaves us with like 4,000 times 4.
I have a little bit more than 4,000, I think.
Well, you know,
But yeah, I haven't
At
bought
least
much. I haven't bought much.
well, 2 pages spell knowledge. Level 1.
I bought that shirt of running, whatever it's called again.
Quick runner shirt.
Yeah. And
Sylvester's wearing like a
and s-
t-shirt where it's
and
got
some
like the flash.
satchels. So yes, t-shirt with the flash on it. Yeah, I wish there were a good like a thing for like a tube with lightning in it.
A tube with lightning.
Mm. Bottle lightning or something. I don't know.
Let's see. Is there a good bottle?
I know bottle lightning is a thing. It's like a 1d6 splash weapon lightning thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bottle. And let's find some lightning.
Do you feel like lightning bolt?
There's lightning.
Crack. My lightning in a bottle collection.
That's kind of lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, kinda. Next to me, gently caressing it. Let's see here. Because I can have that in the corner, I'm thinking. Let me just
What
find
is
a
is
good
that? Oh, snow, of course.
plinth or something to have it on.
There we go.
That igloo's perspective is just messing
It's
with my
really
mind.
weird, isn't it? It's because Tina said I should spin it around, and I spun it around.
Is there a better igloo?
Whoa.
Why is it raining on the pile?
Ah! Get the rain away from here!
Also fog. We need fog for some reason.
We need
Very
fog.
mysterious lake. It's clear lake. Good.
What do you call it? Pedestal. That's what you call it.
The lightning orb of the second tower. I don't think they kept that because transporting that would have been a huge bother. And despite being somewhat similar looking to the orbs of Dragonkind, at least in map tools, it wasn't really. It was quite clearly just a metal sphere.
An orbital dragon kind is hanging out. Sup!
There's a surprisingly large amount of viewers still. Do you guys really like watching just us like decorating stuff and chit chatting about nothing or being like
Apparently.
Really tired?
All of this like
is that a
this
thing? Should we have like a
riveting conversation
late
of
night
the
show
flow.
we just make on days where we have worked super hard and can't think of anything?
It's like too damn late with
Yeah, let's call it too damn late.
yeah.
With the Pathfinder people.
Yeah.
It has a kind of ape. What?
What?
Oh, appeal.
See? Point taken.
Like, welcome to the too damn late show. I've just been home after 16 hours of lab work.
Today Manika is gonna dissect a lobster for us live on stage.
Yes,
I would watch that.
And
Good.
sheep is gonna shoot something with a laser.
I don't
I
actually
could
have a laser at
dissect
home, though.
pretty much anything at this point.
Also, Jake is gonna get a vasectomy on stage.
That's
don't-
the
you-
really late edition.
You don't want to miss that.
Yeah. Too late America.
Sheep, I need.
I would not dissect a lobster live. I've only ever done one live dissection.
No, I mean live on stage, not the lobster would be alive.
Mm-hmm.
That would just be cruel to just
Yeah,
dissect it alive.
it certainly feels very weird.
Mm.
Generally, you drown things in alcohol first.
Which doesn't sound weird at all.
At least it's dead.
96% ethanol. It's pretty quick.
It's just,
And some of
"Oh,
those
God!"
animals you don't really feel bad about because many of them are like worms and stuff. So
Yeah, you don't.
they can die in hell.
Yeah, right.
Some of the few
I need-
types of animals we actually have
need-
biologists working to like make them go extinct.
I need a plinth or something to put my bottle of acid of lightning on.
A plinth. I
Or
don't
a
even
pedestal.
know what that...
You know what I mean? A pedestal, not an altar. You know.
A plinth is like a small pedestal that you would have like,
I see.
like a little thing to you put things you like a museum's exhibition
Yeah,
has like a
it-
little one with like a crown.
Well, I could copy you one from a very particular place
Oh.
that you probably don't remember, but...
Drug dissection sounds like a very bad idea.
That
Those
sounds.
tools are sharp.
That's
You
something...
don't want to mix your blood
sure.
with like mucus or something.
Make it a bit smaller, maybe.
Do I know of axolotls? Yes, I do. But I wouldn't cut their legs off while they were alive. That seems cruel still.
And move the lightning bottle.
Oh.
Like move the plinth like here, maybe something, and then the lightning bottle on it.
I need to move them separately.
Mm.
Axolotls are cute creatures.
I don't know what a axolotl is.
It's like a. They're actually very.
Is it a flump?
They're a very interesting type of. It's like a salamander, right?
Oh.
But they have something called. Oh, what the hell is it called? It's called
It's kind of weird.
heady something. But basically, it means that they don't grow up. It's a larval stage of an animal that no longer grows up. They have had a gene activated that makes them so that they're always babies, basically, and they get sexually active as babies, and
That's
reproduce
weird.
as babies. They never grow up. The teenage or hormonal stage just doesn't happen.
So it's a race of...
You can, however, the fun thing is you can
Babies.
induce them. If you take enough hormones and inject them into their bloodstream, they actually evolve like a Pokemon into their adult stage because they still have all the genes to do that. They just stopped, which is very interesting. They also keep producing cells that make them able to regenerate pretty much any limb if you cut it off.
Should get some of those
So
cells.
study them,
working in,
study them a
in-
lot to reproduce that because that would be awesome to have in humans.
Also, Jonas, that pedestal is the kind of pedestal that the orbs of dragonkind were on in the dreamscape.
Gasp.
Yeah. There's actually people who theorize that humans are, because of our similarities to child monkeys, that we have that same thing with monkeys, and if we induced ourselves with the right genes, we begin to grow more into adult-sized apes. Yeah.
I think I'm pretty happy with my cave. It's pretty good. I can lord here with the fountain next to me. Listen to the slight pouring of the waters. Feel the treasure, and then I can go down in the sand when I want to be in the sand.
Mm-hmm. How deep is the sand?
I can burrow around in it a bit.
Right.
I can sort of cover myself and hide in the sand if I want to.
It
But we
is
don't see-
inevitably, however, slightly damp at all times.
What?
That's,
I will-
you
I will
know,
have-
it's
I will have-
storming outside and there's no door.
I will have kobolds with fans walking around drying out the sand. Oh, I should have like a kobold, like a harem-dressed kobold with a fan fanning me as I lie here. Oh,
What What do you mean, Larry, and what is my gem? Not sure what that means.
Flumph. Oh,
I think it's a really early edition monster too.
it's the flying spaghetti monster. Really, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Looking at it,
But it's so friendly and wants to
I
help
know.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants. He
Came
wants to
all
have,
this way to stop like horrible monster. It has no way of fighting to attack you.
yeah, he's just here to warn you and try to rally support.
You're falling, he'll appear under you and like you can bump on his head, and he'll be like, thank you for bumping on my head and
But
letting
then
me help you this day.
don't flip
I'll
him
go
over.
back to being anti-selfish now.
Yeah. Just don't flip him over because he's kind of.
What is the brine dragon's gem? That would be, I guess, like salt.
A salt crystal, a perfect salt crystal.
Yeah. Or really just really salty water is what he likes. He's from the elemental plane of water. So there isn't really a lot of, solid things there. It is from the edge of the water plane where it meets the earth plane though, so it's kind of like a rocky mineral filled reefs.
Like this. Here you go. There's a pretty cool salt crystal.
What? I don't know where you put anything.
In the stream shot.
Well, that's a salt crystal. Pour water on it and dissolve it into water.
Moose bait? What?
Shunta and the wizard went to Rikax's sire, and he swooped the floor with him. He is certainly very powerful, and I have no idea what he could do to Shunta. He could probably mince that wizard up. Something fierce. It's like a super eldritch dragon with great magical power. It's a straw paw. Oh, Rakax is almost the cutest one. That's surprising.
Well, it probably is. I mean, our Rolex is definitely the cutest one.
Rakax is more friendly than most in here.
Uh,
Probably less than most in the world, but compared to his peers, he's the good cop.
that's certainly true.
I haven't seen a lot of the fan art, Melon, but generally, yeah. Because I generally don't watch the stream to save bandwidth, so both Gene and I can have clean connection to map tools and Skype. I don't know if it's necessary anymore, but it's nice to avoid as many problems as possible. Sure, if you've made one recently, post it again.
Found Skrivik's new picture once he's leveled up and been
Epic Skrivix.
epic Skrivik's when he's
Mythic Skrillex.
mythic Skrivik's when he's definitely our herald.
That's more like librarian Skrivix. Dick Gherkin wants to see the others' layers too. All of the cave system, actually. Like a whole cobalt place, I suppose.
Well, looks like this.
Show them my lake. They will like it, I think.
Over here, there's a few potions at the bottom. I think we forgot a few potions in your
Yeah.
pond. But,
Oh yeah,
so
those are some tiny potions.
tiny potions for tiny dragons.
I'll put them in the pile. There we go.
Workshop where things are worked and trained. Still corpses of the old ones sleeping there. Egg chamber. The horse is hanging out.
Hmm.
Couples are working with some food. And here's this salty water that you probably shouldn't bathe in, honestly, because you're gonna get all like your skin is gonna be all like rashes and stuff.
That is just a mark of the master's blessing.
And Box's corner. Gold pile. The the igloo with a relics in it somewhere. And the ladies. Yeah, if you want anything else to decorate your corner with, we are certainly very generous. You know, see a bucket of water, a pillow.
You just wait
and
until
ham.
next session, and that place is going to be fabulous.
All right.
I hope so. Like only a 9-year-old dragon-loving girl can make it.
It's gonna have like fan art, like you know, like pictures of us on the walls.
It will be the kind of room that I should require you to do side quests for.
I need to extract some sheep and a truck to get this room.
Larian, I have never played World of Warcraft. I'm generally not into MMOs as such. But it is very generic, you know, like underground lake. It has big purple mushrooms in it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are things that look like the lair.
Ah, all in all, looks good.
I think I will play a bit more Crusader Kings before I go to bed.
All right, that's
Such a good game, though.
That's
It
the
is.
call. Stream is over, and this last episode probably went on pretty long because I forgot to break for break.
It's fine. People don't have to watch all this rest stuff, but they
No.
will, most likely. I would, probably.
Some people do.
At this point, I think it's more us than what we're doing, right? Isn't that what people say on YouTube?
Yeah,
Just like a tiny window into our lives.
it's a character-driven show.
You know, considering the time we spend doing these things, it's a pretty big window in our lives.
It is. Like, we always comment about what's going on recently, so I can sort of pierce out everything, pretty
Yep.
much.
Certainly true.
Which is
Certainly true.
fine.
But yeah, tomorrow there will not be Forsaken Throne. I might stream some Metal Gear tomorrow evening. I haven't decided yet. But we'll see how you know how I tastefully handle the children soldiers I found in Africa. See what Death Platypus is up to. Come and hang out in the club with Death Platypus.
DJ DP.
DP. Man,
You know, let's enjoy that it's finally weekend.
don't drink with DP. He's fucking crazy. Like 2 drinks in and he just goes apeshit. Indeed. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Right.
We'll see you next time.
Oh,
Bob, do you want
no,
me to
it doesn't need to go on the recording. It's about my Crusader Kings.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Good night.